So, born and raised in South Philly.
Yes, my whole life.
Okay. And your parents are Italian, Salvatore, Chuckie Merlino, and Rita Giordano?
Yeah, George, that's my mother, yeah.
Okay. So, what was it like to grow up in South Philly in the late 60s, early 70s?
It was nice. There was no locks on the door. You could do whatever you want in the neighborhood. Nobody ever stole anything. Nobody's houses got robbed. Tight-knit, all time. Everybody helped each other. Outside all night. Listen, when I was a kid, I was never home. I went home to eat. That was it. The kids are all today. That's why they're all fat. They play video games. They don't do a thing. We played every sport. Hockey, football, baseball, stickball, you name it. We played it. My mother came and got us. We came home from school at 3 o'clock. We were out till 5 o'clock. Came in 8. As soon as we're done dinner, went out till 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Home, bath, shower. We didn't have shower. We had bath. We had no air conditioning. Got up, went to school the next day. But we were always active.
Okay. So, you're growing up. And in terms of your dad, did he tell you what he did for a living, or what did you think he did for a living when you were a kid?
He worked in a mechanic place, Armstrong Springs.
Okay.
And he was a bartender. He was a bartender.
Okay. Well, he owned a bar at one point, right?
Yeah, he had a bar.
Was it the 9M?
Well, yeah, 9M bar. That was in the late 80s, though. I'm talking about like 70s, early 80s, 70s, early 80s.
Okay, so as a kid, did you get in trouble, or were you a relatively good kid?
Every day, trouble. Every fucking day. My mother beat me up every day. My father, like 4 times a year. Every day, my mother beat me up.
So, like, what was the first time you really got in serious trouble?
Since I was let out of the house. Every day. I mean, we always, something. We were bad.
Okay.
We were bad kids. But good bad. Not like, no, we just, whatever. Broke windows, fucking threw eggs. We used to throw eggs at cops. Mischief night. That's what everybody in South Philly did.
Okay. Were you getting arrested as a kid at all?
I got a few times. Minor shit, throwing eggs at cops. But the cops used to laugh at us. They used to take us and drive us like 2 miles away and let us walk home.
Okay, so nothing serious. You didn't get any serious crimes as a kid?
No, nothing serious. Driving without a license when we were 15, you had to be 16 to drive, like that.
Okay, so did you know about the mafia as a kid?
No.
Not at all. Okay. Well, and then in 1988, your dad got sentenced to 45 years.
Yeah.
For 2 counts of racketeering and drug trafficking.
Yeah. No, I think they beat the drugs.
Oh, they beat the drug trafficking charge.
They had a RICO case before that. Drug case. They got acquitted. All of them. And then they had that RICO case, they won. And then after that was the test of murder, they beat that. And then they came with a racketeering case with everything in it. And they got convicted. That's when they got the 45 years.
Okay, and you were 26 years old when that happened.
Yeah. Around there, 26, yeah.
I mean, how does it feel to be that young and your dad is almost getting a life sentence with that many years, essentially? Because your dad is what, maybe in his 50s at this point?
Well, they had 45 years, and he got life with no parole for another murder. So he had life. Pennsylvania, you get life, you never get out. And then he had the 45 years with the feds running wild. But then they won the appeal on the murder case. I think it was, 90-something. They went back to trial and they got acquitted. And that's how they just had the fed sentence.
Okay, so ultimately, how many years did your dad have to serve?
What did he do? He would have came home in 2016. I think he had 26 in, 20, 25, 26. Straight.
Okay. And then what happened?
He died. He died in jail.
Oh, wow. So
yeah, he died. He only had like 18 months left.
How did your dad take it?
Like a man, like he's supposed to. So you're supposed to.
I mean, I'm sure at that time, he was given lots of opportunities to cooperate and make that whole jail sentence go away.
And any one of them could have did it. It's that easy. Anybody could do it. You don't even have to know somebody. You seen the podcast I had with the kid the other day. He didn't even know me. They told him, we'll let you go. That's how easy it is. But my father would never even think of that.
Did you visit him regularly in prison?
Yeah. Well, they stopped me. When I got locked up, they wouldn't let me visit him no more. When I got out, they wouldn't let me visit him. The warden stopped me. I couldn't come in and visit. I had to get special permission. He was dying. Let me see, when was it? I got out 90, when did I get out? 2014, 12, I forgot. When did I get out? 14? And he was in bad shape. And I wasn't allowed to go visit him. And then they gave me special permission. I went with my mother. We went to go see him. He was in a hospital in Texas. They had 30 guards in a room, handcuffed to the... If they told him you get up and walk out, he couldn't get up and walk out. And then he died like 2 days later. But at least I got to see him before he died.
Sorry for your loss, man. I lost my dad a few years ago.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's tough.
Joe, what year was this?
That's Nicolette. 28 years ago. I don't know. She's
Wow.
28. Yeah, that's the visit in the CFCF. That's how my father raised his grandkids, on a visit. Not like these other rat motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's how they were raised. That's how I raised them. I got to get the picture. I got him home. Me with the orange jumpsuit on. I was in the hole in Farrington. They used to come and see me.
Yeah.
I went away. They were 1 and 2. I came home. They were 14 and 15. So that's how we raised. That's how we raised our kids.
Mob boss Joey Merlino is used to knocks on his door at all hours of the day and night. Sometimes it's friends, sometimes it's the FBI. This time, Fox 29 came knocking at his new South Florida home. But apparently, Merlino doesn't want to deal with the media these days and wasn't in the mood to talk to us.
From my own observations, he's now enjoying his family in a new home in Florida, is bothering nobody about anything.
Well, we didn't catch up with Merlino in Florida as he and a friend drove away in this Cadillac Escalade. We did catch up with him in South Philadelphia just 2 weeks later. Merlino was in town for his father's funeral. Former mob underboss Salvatore Chuckie Merlino died in federal prison after more than 2 decades behind bars.
Joey, right there.
The funeral attracted Merlino's old mob running mates, minus the half dozen that are now on trial for racketeering downtown. While they came to pay their respects in South Philly, our cameras were rolling. Acting mob boss Steve Mazzone was there, holding court outside the funeral home. So was mob captain John Changlini, mob soldier Mike Lancelotti, and wise guy Anthony Nicodemo.
South Philly is a tight, insular community. Everybody knows everybody.
Hurricane Sandy's fury had delayed Merlino's father's funeral several days, leaving the mob boss in town for more than a week. Sources say Merlino's first trip back to Philly in more than 12 years was a productive one. He got to spend plenty of time with the local wise guys, even though he's still on probation from his racketeering conviction.
So he's been around, but it was all uneventful, absolutely uneventful.
While Merlino may have been reminiscing with his old mob pals under the watchful eye of the feds, insiders say current mob business was more than likely discussed during his stay. His lawyer says that's nonsense.
I hear that he was running the mob from prison. I hear that Ralph Natal really wasn't the head of the mob. I've heard all sorts of stories like that. But anytime I ask a single question back, can you tell me what your factual basis is for that? What is the evidence of that? Nobody has an answer to that.
Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel and check out more of our content. Feel free to give your feedback and suggestions on what we should do next in the comments. This is Infinite Lee Productions. We love ya.